Welcome to Insights Engineered with me, Ethan Simon, Global R&D Director at Laird Performance Materials, a DuPont business. Laird enables and protects the sensitive electronic components that power the world's most sophisticated devices and machines. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Rick Johnson, Business Development Manager at Laird, to discuss the enablement and protection of aerospace and defense electronic systems and devices, whether on land, at sea, or in the air. We'll discuss how innovation is delivering answers to pressing power transmission and signal integrity challenges. Welcome, Rick.
Thanks, Ethan.
Rick, what makes this work especially difficult?
Okay, so in general, in electronics, there's a couple trends going on. Certainly miniaturization, which puts components closer and closer together. Higher power, which generates more heat, and then higher frequency ranges due to higher data speeds. So couple that with all of the different military systems that are out there. So we've got radars operating at very low frequencies up into the millimeter wave. We've got electronic warfare systems, which consist of extremely high-powered jammers and then extremely sensitive receivers, DF finding equipment. We've got comms, which incorporate frequency hopping capabilities. And then we've got weapon systems, which range from missiles to ships to drones. So take those different applications and now put on top of that the need for potentially fuel resistance, temperature resistance, corrosion resistance, even things like outgassing. So when you put all that together, it does make for a very unique and challenging environment in which we do our problem solving.
So, Rick, what's unique about designing multifunctional protection solutions for these complicated military applications that you just described?
So I think what we found is for these unique applications and our broad variety of products that we can take those and combine them to affect unique solutions. So we took board level shielding and we said if we can incorporate an absorber in there, then we can affect both shielding as well as internal absorption and killing surface currents. And so that was one of the first ones. The second one was CoolZorb, which was the idea of taking a thermal material and incorporating some of our magnetic materials that we use to make absorbers and affecting a material that does both. We have one customer that has a missile application. It's an electronic housing, so normally you don't think of fuel resistance as an issue. But they have a 15-year lifetime, and over those 15 years, they will get attacked by JP-10 vapors. And so we had to develop a line of fluorosilicone absorbers specifically for that type of requirement.
Maybe we can talk about another example. Tell me about the graphite-over-foam multifunctional solution. How does that work?
Okay, so actually one of Laird's legacy materials was fabric over foam. So Laird plated fabric, and what they realized is if they could take that conductive fabric and wrap it around a piece of soft compressible foam, they could effect a very effective low-cost EMI gasket. We'll take that idea and put it on steroids to now take something like a synthetic graphite overwrapped over a variety of different types of foams, and even then overwrap with copper. So now what you've got is something that's very conductive, very thermally conductive, and very compressible. So what it can do is fill in a variety of gap sizes. So when you have large gaps where using these thermal pads is really not effective, this is an excellent solution. So that combined product really helps for some of these large gaps. I mean, if you think about military, we're not making millions of pieces of equipment. You know, we might make 10, we might make 100. So tolerancing is a bigger deal in military equipment, and the ability of this to be easily compressible and fill larger gaps is something that our aerospace and military users really like. So it gives them the flexibility of having one product which can handle thermal problems, which can handle EMI problems, and also is soft and flexible and very usable.
That is fascinating. It looks like a great way to shield the warfighter. So, to bring us to a close today, what's ahead for tomorrow?
To me, a very exciting time now because Laird has always been innovative on the product front, unique products, a lot of new product releases. Well, now coupled with DuPont, so we've got thermal, EMI, shielding, magnetic expertise. And now we've got this coupling of these two technologies, excellence in materials, and then knowledge of all these other shielding thermal concepts, really makes for a good partnership.
Well, thanks, Rick. And thanks for tuning in. Visit Laird.com and follow Laird Performance Materials on LinkedIn to learn more about our latest products and innovations as we continue to use the best of DuPont science to make the world a better and safer place. Thank you.